Hello guys, we are back. This is Cars at 100. My name is Leo, and today, as you can see, we are at XS Leasing, and on our channel we have a Lexus. Once again, we have one more Lexus. That is an interesting car. This is RC300 all-wheel drive F-Sport model. So let's check out the usual outside, inside, go over the engine and see the trunk space, see the space in the car, and hopefully you enjoy this review. So as you can see from the outside, this car looks very sharp. I like this huge grille on this car. They are start making this big grills on the Lexuses, and in the first people didn't like them, but now it's growing on them and it's growing on me. To be honest, it's a really good sharp design that is a niche design as well. These lights are really cool. Very good xenons. You have a daytime running lights that are separate from the headlights. Pretty cool design. You have a Lexus, huge Lexus badge here. You also have the fog lights here that are integrated into the grille. As you can see, the door handles here, really cool design on the handles, very sharp design on these windows. Very good looking coupe. You know, when these cars came out, people needed these cars and wanted these cars. Why? Because SC Coupe, that was back in the day for a long time, it hasn't had Lexus hasn't had any other coupes except the SC Coupe, and people were anticipating this car and they finally got it. And what a sharp looking car this is. As you can see, these lights, we also seen these lights on the NX 200T on the previous review that I did, and these look even better here because this is a sporty looking, sharp looking car. Very Japanese type of design on this car. You have a RC300 all-wheel drive logo here, you have F-Sport logo here. Very cool. Okay, let's enter the vehicle, and as you can see in my hand, we have a regular key by Lexus with a leather pouch, but this one is an F-Sport key. You know, the little details like F-Sport logo here. You have a leathery pouch that is in a blue stitching to remind you that this is F-Sport special model. And the regular lock unlock hold for trunk release and panic over here as well. You have a blue ribbon here to remind you, of course, this is not a regular Lexus key and a pouch. This is F-Sport logo, F-Sport key. So it's pretty cool to do this by Lexus. To enter this vehicle, you have a ridge here to lock this car, and you have a sensors on the back of the handle to unlock the car. And you have a pillarless doors, and it's worth mentioning how long this door is. In a very coupe stylish fashion, this car really is a prominent coupe, and it's a really good one at that. And you have this high quality materials here. You have this some type of leather that is, you know, integrated this way, and it's kind of like comes out of the panel differently. And you have a line here, metal line here, then you have a stitching here, then you have a plastic here. Even though this looks like a carbon fiber or some type of a sporty material, it looks really cool, looks high quality. These buttons everywhere, everything looks high quality. And knowing Lexus, and this is how they do their cars, and a lot of people appreciate that. You have a speaker here, housing, and then you have a pockets here. Even though this is a coupe car, it really has the space, and it really has the practicality that you expect out of the sedan, almost. So in terms of the design and quality of the materials, very high quality everything. You have the door seals here, Lexus door seals, pretty cool door seals as well. A little bit higher to enter this middle section, but you know, this is a coupe. You have something special in this car, and it always reminds you when you get in. So in terms of that, it's excused. So very good bolstering on the seats, very high quality seats. And as you can see here, we have the bolstering lower section, higher section. This is a sport coupe, an F-Sport coupe, and this car really looks like it's a high quality in terms of the leather, in terms of how, you know, it's stitched, in terms of how much perforation there is. There is nothing extra here except that it looks really nice, and at the same time, you know, you have this high quality materials that, you know, make you feel like this is a true Lexus and it's a luxury car as well. It's a luxury coupe. It's not just a regular F-Sport sporty coupe. It's also a luxury car, so it does really tell you that it is luxury as well. So let's hop inside and check out the driving position. Very good thud on the door, very solid feel, very high quality everything. I don't find any imperfection in the materials. Nothing is extra here, even though when this car first came out with the refresh model, they had this you know, biased feel from the customers that, you know, there was too many things, too many materials that were integrated in a different fashion. And I think what Lexus did is they did their niche looking interior, exterior, and that's why they are very popular as well on the market right now. And these cars, I see them driving, and the people, I feel like people appreciate them because of how different they are from anything else that is driving on the road. And let's not wait any longer, because I want to see that dashboard, which is really cool looking. That speedometer has a F-Sport, has a LFA derived tachometer. So let's check it out. So in order to start, you press the start button over here, which is very cool integrated, and car starts right up. And as you can see, wow, what a special looking gauges in the middle. Even though it's electronic, you can still manipulate this section, and it moves. If you put this car in a sport mode, this car changes its dials. So basically this section doesn't move like in any other you know, sport coupe, in any other sport F models, but here it feels like it's in the middle, and it feels like it's like an LFA. You know, it has that sporty look from the LFA that everybody knows to remember from back in the day. When LFA released, it was one of the best cars that Lexus did, and they haven't let you down. They haven't let customers down in terms of the sound, in terms of the quality of the interior, exterior, and it was a really special car, and still is till this day. And this car has a trickle down technology, and it's accessible now in 2017 for just a customer who is gonna go into the showroom and buy this car. So it's pretty cool. In terms of the steering wheel, very good steering wheel as well, not too big for this car. Some steering wheels feel big in the cars, even in the coupes, but this car feels like the steering wheel is perfect here. You have the bolstering here, you have a red stitching inside to accompany the red leather inside of this car. As well, you have the menu buttons here that you can see what's going on in terms of range, mile per gallon, and it's pretty cool. Like everything is inside that digital gauge, and it's very high quality looking everything. This, you have modes here. You have you can manipulate what type of music you want to have. You know, you have the CD, or you have a USB, or you have basically you can go through this and get to the radio as well. And you have a Bluetooth controls here as well. You have a paddle shifters that are pretty cool looking paddle shifters. These paddle shifters are very nice in your hand. They don't feel too big, they don't feel too small, and they are mounted to the steering wheel, not to the steering column. So it's gonna be mixed feelings about this. Some people like to have steering paddle shifters on the steering column. Some people like it on steering wheel. For me, I think the car defines how the paddle shifters should be, and I think Lexus engineers thought of this and gave you the best way how to shift the gears yourself. And in terms of the transmission, this has a 6-speed automatic transmission with manual mode. So you can go into manual mode, and it's gonna go either to paddle shifters, or you can shift it by plus and minus back and plus forward to manipulate gears yourself. You have this touch controls on the Lexus here as well. Before it was upside down mouse, and it was mixed feelings about this car in terms of how this felt in your hand. But now the touch screen over here, it is more you know, sensitive towards your inputs, and it gives you this vibration every time you move. This section like lowers down and gives you vibrations. With cup holders here, they're not in your way when you drive, so it's pretty cool design as well. You have 3 modes here: eco, push for normal, and it's gonna start, the car starts in a normal mode, and sport plus you can go into by shifting towards right. And you have a snow mode, and you have a traction control off button as well. You have a heated and cooled and ventilated seats, heated and ventilated seats for passenger and for driver. You have a Harman Kardon system. It is something that comes with as an option on this car. And I'm sorry, not Harman Kardon, Mark & Levinson sound system is offered on Lexuses around all the models in the lineup. And you have the very cool looking clock is here, that is here, also integrated from the way back of the time. The heritage is still here, and a lot of companies do integrate this the clocks in the cars, and you know, I think it's something that lots of people gonna appreciate. When I had Infiniti, it had also clock in the middle. It was pretty cool. Infiniti Q40, the one that I'm talking about. You have this very cool looking rear view mirror. It doesn't have frame, it's just all glass, and it's automatic dimming, and so lights are not gonna flash in your eyes from the car in the rear. Also, you have this sunroof here that opens, pretty cool as well. You have a black headliner, so very sporty feel on this car throughout. And these seats, wow, it looks so cool in this car. You sit so low, you sit very sporty. You feel like this car, you know, can do 200 miles an hour. This is my expression of how this car feels over here, and I really appreciate that. I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you, with this car. And right now, as you can see, I'm sitting in the driver's seat of this car. Wow, and very cool way to sit in the coupe. Very good. You know, I see very long hood in front of me. I see cool gauges that are, you know, LFA derived. I see this very cool looking steering wheel. It feels really good. This perforation in this section where your hands rest on the steering wheel is pretty cool idea by Lexus, and the perforation is big, and it makes you feel like this car really is a sporty car. And it reminds you throughout the car, everywhere I get the hints that this car is sporty, and it doesn't let you down in terms of you know, how sporty it is, how much performance wise it is engineered for. And you know, Lexus have are really known to point these things out to the driver, and I feel like whoever engineers these cars, they know not just engineering of cars, they know how to engineer performance cars, sport cars, and sports cars, and this car really is showing that. Very good position overall. Doesn't feel cramped in here, even though it feels somewhat cozy. Seats hug you. I feel like this car is very high performance, even though it doesn't have that of a powerful engine. Still, it makes you feel like it's a very engaging car. And like I said in my past videos, where I talk enthusiastically about all the cars, I say that, you know, car is important for the car to deliver this feedback of you know, how much you appreciate car back, and this car really gives you feeling back in order for you to appreciate it. So that makes sense, guys. But yeah, as you can see right now, in terms of the interior, from 1 to 10, I would probably give this interior an 8. The reason why, because there is plasticky materials here, and they feel a little bit somewhat little bit I wouldn't say cheap, but I feel like they could have been replaced with something much more interesting, like maybe this type of material, or of carbon fiber or plastic on the doors. It would be nice here in this section. I think that's the only part, or here as well. I think it's missing some type of you know, shift in the color as well in this interior. Even though it's here and here, on the doors, I think it would be good if it was also in the middle to just have this equality of the materials. Also, very good, very good feel in this car. So nice. It's good to be surprised in a positive way. Okay, so as you can see right now, wow, engine revs to almost 5,000 RPM, so very free revving engine, pretty cool. Okay, so let's check out engine on this car. What a long hood this is. And as you can see right in front of you, this is V6 3.4 liter, 255 horsepower, 236 pound-feet of torque. Fuel capacity on this car is 17.5 gallons. It's a 6-speed automatic with manual shift gearbox, 3,891 pounds of weight, and top speed of 130 miles per hour. Limited, government limited. Variable valve timing with intelligence. This is what Lexus calls this engine, VVTi. So it has also D4S direct injection. So it's a pretty high quality and very intelligent motor in this car. Let's check out trunk space on this coupe. And as you can see, very good accessibility, but at the same time for the coupe, I think it's a good amount of space here. You have the latches that you can tie things down, pretty comfortable. You have a tie net here that you can put stuff inside and it's not gonna float around in the trunk. And overall, I think it's enough space for this coupe. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Lexus RC300 all-wheel drive F-Sport model, and I'm gonna put information in the description box about this leasing company located in Brooklyn, New York. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos in future. And this was Cars at 100. Stay tuned. See you next time.